Malley.
Oh, come on. What is this magic? Good morning. Ooh, I had a really nice day yesterday. Very relaxing. I'm reading this really awesome book. And now I can't remember the name of it. I'll link it below, but it's heavy, but it's really good. And it was just really nice to just kind of chill out for a day. I think I really needed that. But I'm on my way up a different mountain today. It's all kind of the same mountain range that I'm traversing this week, but different parts of it. And I don't know which part this is, but I will try to remember to link all the trails I did, or list them at least below in order of how I did them in case you're interested. But yeah, I'm gonna show you what I'm looking at. I'm very excited to be in a cable car all by myself. It's just how I roll. I got to this is like a couple towns over from where I'm staying, and I got to the lift as early as I thought they would open, and they were already running. And I was here like right at the time that they said they opened. So I got a parking space, didn't have to worry about that. Feels good. Feels good not to have worries. But I'm gonna show you what I'm looking at now, because it's pretty spectacular. Just like everywhere you look here, it's pretty spectacular. And that's where we're going. I'm doing I think it's like a 5-mile loop top of this, which is not the top of that, but I'll be looking at that, if that makes sense. I'm sorry, I wish I knew the peak name. I should have researched better, but I didn't, because I just picked this hike and I was like, yes, cable car up. Let's not walk up 4,000 feet. Instead, let's take the cable car up and then walk 5 miles and only do a 1,500 foot elevation gain to save my poor feet. And suddenly I looked behind me and the the mountains are even more prominent back there. How beautiful. How beautiful. Que belle. Or whatever, I don't speak Italian, I'm sorry. I don't ever want to offend anybody by trying to speak Italian. Well, this is the starting view. Not a bad way to start the morning. Okay. I'm going that way. Here we go. Hear the cows? I love that sound. And this view. It's a good morning. Good morning, cows. These rock rivers. I was walking down one big one when I realized I was off the trail, that really big one. I'm guessing, all right, that it has something to do with the snow melt and maybe avalanches and things like that. So it gets quite snowy here in the winter. It's a pretty popular ski destination. But those are not ski runs. Those are rock runs. Don't want to be in an avalanche here, I'm thinking. Not so good, but beautiful for hiking in the summer. Are you tired of seeing these peaks yet? I mean, hello. It is just a stunning day. And I love this field. Little purple wildflowers and little rocks. Oh, and of course, I mean, just look behind you at any given moment. And there's just a lot happening all around you. All around. Suddenly I feel like I'm in Lord of the Rings and I'm with the hobbits. Anybody else? Anybody else? Except there's no impending sense of doom. Sitting down in a very nice chair on a very nice hill, looking at a very nice view, and I just had a very nice lunch at a very nice restaurant with much nicer people who let me sit at any table I wanted and were very kind, and that was very nice. I was just looking at my hiking stats and actually went 3/4 of a mile further today, but it took just like half the time, or slightly, about half the time. It was half the elevation gain. So I only hiked 2,000 feet elevation gain instead of 4,000. And I was looking at I have like a hiking app. I just randomly got onto this page that showed me my personal bests, and apparently the elevation gain I did the other day, the 4,000 feet, that was my personal best. And I thought Mount Timpanogos was my personal best. But that was 3,800 feet. And I did 3,900 and change here. So I thought that felt harder. But that Mount Timpanogos hike was 11 miles, and I only did 5. Yeah, the other day here. But yeah, very pleased. I'm gonna sit and just hang out for a minute and then maybe mosey back to the hotel because I really want to keep reading my book. I should have brought it with me, I guess, but I don't want to burn here. There's no shade. Hello, I am sweating profusely, and I just took a shower. I came out again. So last evening, I ventured out to find these two, historic churches, and they were just not, there's somebody there. Why is there somebody always staring at me when I'm talking to my camera? Why? I had every intention of getting there, and I took one wrong turn, ended up on the highway, way out of the way, couldn't get off. I got so turned around, I got kind of lost. I wasn't panicked about it because I had my GPS, and I eventually got back to the hotel, but it ended up being just a really nice sunset drive. So I was like, okay, sunset drive time. So I decided to try again this evening, and I made sure not to make the wrong turn this time, and I got here. And on my way, I needed to get gas. I really needed gas, and I was very nervous about it. I didn't know what kind of gas or how the pumps worked. I've never filled up a gas tank anywhere but America, so I just didn't know if it would be different and how. And I was very fortunate because I was up at a pump right next to a couple who was very friendly. I looked very lost. I was just standing there like, how do I pay? How do I know how much gas to put in? The wife spoke really good English, and she walked me through it. She was so nice. That was a really nice experience. People can be very kind, and I appreciate it, especially when I have no clue what I'm doing in a foreign country. But it was pretty straightforward. The paying is different than in America. Like in America, you pay at your individual pump. At least at this gas station, there's one pay station for all pumps, and you had to put in your pump number. And that's what kind of threw me, but then worked out great. So, yay, thank you, kind stranger. And then I came to the Church of St. Johann. It's called something completely different in Italian. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce it. And I was hoping you could pay like €4 to walk closer to it, and I couldn't get through. I guess it was closed. The pay turnstile thing wasn't working. It was like an automatic thing, and there was another man there with a big camera looking like he wanted to take pictures too. And we both tried and failed. So, but I got pictures from like the viewing platform. And then I drove just down the road a bit. And then the reason I'm sweating is I hiked 20 minutes straight uphill. Of course, I went the wrong way. It still would have been uphill. It just would have been a little bit more switchback instead of straight uphill. Of course, I went the wrong way. To see the Saint Maddalena. I think that's the one. And it was just the most perfect time to be here because it's sunset and it's glorious. Beautiful sunset with some clouds tonight. So it's got some nice, hues. I'm going to drive. It's 45 minutes back to the hotel, but I actually really like driving, so I don't mind. And I really like these mountain streets. I really like them. I can see how they might feel a little bit harrowing for other people, but it just reminds me of driving in the mountains through the forests in Utah, like through the Uinta Forest and stuff. The road's very narrow, and people are going very fast, but it's, it's good times. Anyway, I'm gonna go and call it a night. I had a really good day, and I'm so happy I could bring you with me.